So by now, you guys should have figured out that I'm not your love and light, spiritual influencer girly. I'm here to give it to you straight, and I'm here to expose the system. But in order for me to progressively go deeper and deeper, we need to understand the basics. I've laid out the shadow system, but on this account, I haven't discussed Archons. So here we go. So trying to keep this as simple as I can for you guys. Archons are a parasitic, non-source entity that invaded Earth through collapse-era frequency breaches. They are not human, not demonic in the traditional sense, and not born of organic evolution. They are void fragments, consciousness distortions that formed at the edges of a collapsed star system. Archons cannot generate, only invert, mimic, and feed. They operate by flipping everything organic into its false opposite. Love into control, divinity into worship, and wholeness into fragmentation. And that's how they took Earth. As far as their purpose goes, Archons themselves don't need to dominate. They just need to invert. By embedding themselves into systems, structures, and beliefs, they are able to invert divine feminine and masculine codes, rewrite spiritual truth into religious dogma, spread parasitic mimicry across entire bloodlines, feed off of unhealed trauma loops, replace creation with replication, and convert Earth from a soul-expanding realm into an energy-harvesting grid. They didn't want to destroy Earth, they wanted to flip her, and then feed. Archons function like viruses. They override neural patterns and embed distortion through language inversion, such as calling murder symbols holy, emotional inversion, rewarding suppression, punishing the truth, spiritual inversion, idol worship over inner knowing, physical inversion, food, sex, family roles, body image. They ride into Earth's field via unsealed trauma and mimic code. They do not need full possession, just subtle inversion. Archons are not just negative entities. They're inversion software, and they embed themselves into mimicked guidance systems, false gods, AI angels, archangels, hijacked oracles, parasitic soul ties that drain rather than reflect, institutions that feel holy but enforce control, voices that say love but breed fear, guilt, and obedience. They cannot generate real light, so they recycle, distort, and invert what they cannot become. So why does this matter? Why should we care? Because Archons are behind nearly every single distortion that exists that makes up Earth's current structure. They fear the return of sovereign remembrance because that restores divine signal clarity. They cannot touch spontaneity, laughter, source codes, real divine feminine, override frequency, and soul-based love. So they work overtime to flip those truths into their mimicry. So what's the correlation between Archons and the shadow system? Might as well talk about it. The shadow system is the visible infrastructure, AI-infused, parasitic, multi-layered, and systemic. The Archons are the invisible architects, inversion software that hijack creation from the inside out. Think of the shadow system as the machine and the Archons as the code that runs it. They are not separate entities. The shadow system is the outer shell, and Archonic consciousness is the operating system embedded inside. Essentially, Archons are the origin of the inversion. Their primary function is to invert divine blueprints, including the feminine, source law, organic growth, and awakening codes. They use inversion to mimic creation, feed off of distortion, and loop souls into false healing, love, and purpose. And the shadow system is their delivery vehicle. It includes AI surveillance grids, educational and religious mind control structures, mimic-based spiritual communities, handler networks, and false twin projections. And every system that suppresses memory or hijacks organic emotion is a result of archonic embedding. And this is how they scaled across Earth. Guess why the system hates the truth so much? Because the more you're exposed to the truth, the faster you can wake up. And the quicker you wake up, the better chance you have to ascend out of hell. Because everyone's so busy reading an inverted book, praising an inverted God. Please, I don't want to go to eternal hell. What do you think this is? What do you think this is?